Jeff Garlin, comedian, actor, producer, director, writer. He is on the Goldbergs. That airs Wednesdays at 8 on ABC. 9-time Emmy nominee, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff
By the
Garlin.
way, that is a strange credit, a 9-time Emmy nominee, which means 9-time Emmy loser.
Would you rather win once, like 1 for 1, or 0 for 9?
1. I'd rather win once and never be nominated again. I don't want to even go to the Emmys. Why would I ever want to be nominated? Would you be nominated 42 times or win once and then there's a whole weird thing that happens on stage and you didn't actually win? I'd want that too.
Do you have a speech written?
No. I'm an improviser, man. I got nothing to say until I say it.
Okay, so if I said, and the winner is Jeff Garlin.
All right. Hey, thank you. Hey, this is cool. See you later.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I said thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's all.
Did you?
I mean, that's all I got planned for right now. I don't even know what I won for. What did I just win for?
You didn't. I don't know. What do you want to win for? The Goldbergs or Curb?
I don't want to win for, that's weird too. I want to win for, Jeff Garlin Award for just being me.
Oh. Well, then,
that's the award.
But you're the only one who can win. If you're it's the Jeff Garlin Award for just being Jeff Garlin.
I want to fix it I want to arrive at the ceremony knowing damn well the odds are in my favor.
All right. If I say, what order do you want here? Comedian, then actor, producer, director, writer, or is it actor, comedian?
Comedian. Because comedian involves all the other things. Comedian's everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you start as stand-up?
Yes,
comedian?
I started when I was 20 years old. A week after my 20th birthday, I started stand-up, 1984.
Do you remember your first joke?
Well, yes, I do. I remember my first thing. It was doing an Adam West impression. It was doing a monologue from the movie Stripes. And Lee Harvey, you were a madman when you stole that cow and your friend trying to make it. I did that whole monologue. I did an Adam West impression, which it appears to me, Commissioner Gordon, that and then
they didn't ask you to play Batman, though, did they?
No, they did not.
Damn them.
You would have thought, by the way, along the way, that they would have asked me to play Fred Flintstone. I did, by the way. Here's a little bit of trivia.
So John Goodman got it.
Yeah, John Goodman, and then that English dude who did whatever. The point being, I actually was asked to be a new animated Fred Flintstone with the dude from Family Guy. What's his name? Seth MacFarlane. I'm always bad at that. Seth MacFarlane was going to be Barney, and I was going to be Fred Flintstone, but it didn't happen.
Okay, but
might still.
How do you sound as Fred Flintstone?
Wilma. I don't think it's much of an acting challenge. I think I just do my voice. I'm Fred Flintstone.
Who was the comedian coming up that you just went, wow, when you were younger?
Oh, when I was younger, who was the guy that blew my mind? Well, when I was younger, who I thought was amazing was Bill. We're gone. See, ask me any questions. By the way, I'll tell you about the Chicago Bears all you want. Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks, I thought was like, wow. I actually saw him do a set in Chicago where he was bombing harder from the beginning than anyone I'd ever seen, and he dug himself out of it to kill harder than anyone I've ever seen. It was amazing.
He didn't purposely dig the hole to get out.
No, he was just in a hole, and he just kept going, and he was brilliant, truly brilliant. Also, Sam Kinison. I worked with Sam Kinison before he became famous, and I remember watching him, and I hung out with him. We went out every night.
Oh, boy.
He offered me tons of cocaine. I'm not kidding. Every night, like, he did tons of cocaine. I didn't do it. I was 20 years old. But when I say he was offering cocaine, he was doing it. But he was the most lovely man. He was so supportive. And watching him on stage, one of two things happened. It was either he killed bigger than anyone I'd ever seen, ever, or it was like someone pulled a fire alarm. That's how quickly. It wasn't even like that he bombed. People left that quickly.
They were offended?
They were offended. Like literally, if the room full of 300 people would be like 80 people in a matter of 10 minutes. Yep.
But did he want that?
No, we wanted acceptance. All of us want acceptance. But the great ones don't care. Like, in other words, you do what you do, and either people dig it or they don't. You don't try and get them to dig you. You know?
But Andy Kaufman didn't care what you thought of him.
Yeah, but I don't either. No comedian that I respect cares what you think. They want you to dig it. Andy Kaufman, I'm sure sometimes designed it, and he's one of my all-time favorites, designed it to where I'm going to do everything I can to get everyone to leave the room or hate me. But that was just sort of more performance art type things. But in terms of when Andy Kaufman was doing something that he thought was funny, like legitimately funny, he didn't care what you thought, but he hoped you dug it.
Who makes you laugh harder, Seinfeld or Larry David?
Larry David, in terms of laughing harder.
Yeah.
But Jerry Seinfeld's one of my heroes, one of the greatest.
Who's funnier off stage, off camera?
Are you doing Seinfeld and Larry David again?
Yeah.
Larry David.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Why are you doing this to me? Jerry's going to go, what, I'm not funny? You know, you want the funniest people off stage that there are?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Amy Sedaris.
Yes.
It makes me laugh so hard I cry. Conan O'Brien. Mitch Hurwitz, created Arrested Development. Crazy funny. Those are some of the funniest people.
And you and Conan roomed.
We were roommates in Chicago, yeah.
How did that go?
Right by Wrigley Field. Not good for him. For me, it was great because he made me laugh so hard, and I used to wake him up at like 3 in the morning and make him do bits that I'm not kidding. I go, tell me that thing you did again. He go, I just, and also his room had no air conditioning. I remember that real because, he threw out his mattress when he moved out.
You got your sweatshirt here, just a kid from...
Just a kid from Chicago.
Yeah.
That's what I am, just a kid from... This is actually, what's his name?
You're not
Derek
big
Rose.
on names, are you?
Derek Rose. It's a Derek Rose thing that Gatorade maybe made these or something. Oh. And I ordered one the first time I saw it. They do it for other cities, but the Derek Rose was such a great basketball player. It's exciting to see him have moments now,
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was just so amazing.
Had 50 the other night. But when it comes to who makes you cry of the Chicago teams, like do the Bears make you cry or the Cubs?
Cubs.
Well, that was joy?
Joy, when they won the World Series.
Did you cry?
I cried. And I screamed, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. It actually, my son, unbeknownst to me, was filming me when they won. And I love the Cubs so much, but not enough to go to Cleveland. So I went to the 3 World Series.
Such a diehard fan.
I went to the 3 World Series games in Chicago. But also I had to film the Goldbergs, so I had to come back. But I watched it on TV, and I cried. I wept, no doubt about it, and I screamed.
Paulie's a Cubs apologist. He went streaking after they won that next morning.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me whatsoever.
My little town in Fairfield, Connecticut, I had nothing to do. No one was awake, and I just ran out my front yard naked and said, Cubs win, and ran back inside. That was it.
All right.
There was no one there.
A lot about you.
It wasn't very gutsy. There's no one there.
It wasn't really gutsy?
No,
it's gutsy. It's plenty gutsy. Just you being naked.
Yeah, that was gutsy.
Even in your own home naked. That's gutsy.
And Wendy's still on the Goldbergs, right?
Wendy McClendon Covey, yes.
I made out with her in a movie.
Wendy Willie McCovey.
Yeah.
And now it's Wendy Willie McCovey, rest in peace.
I made out with her in a movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. What movie did you make out with
I
her?
was in a movie, a Sandler movie, Blended, and she plays my wife.
Oh, really?
And it wasn't in the script that I was going to make out with her.
What happened? She start making out with you?
No, Sandler goes...
you're a handsome man.
Thank you, Jeff.
No, you really are a handsome man. I hope you enjoy that. I hope when you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, you go, look at me.
But you're not funny if you're handsome.
That's, well, right? Yes and no. Yes and no. I think, for example, Adam Sandler, who we mentioned, I think he's a very handsome.
Handsome-ish.
No, you say ish. He's very handsome. He's not like a stud. Like, and by the way, here's the thing with comedy right now that I find disturbing. It's a trend. And that is, there's too many good-looking people doing comedy. Like, there's guys who I see on stage doing stand-up who I know in high school were bullies. Comedy is not for bullies. Comedy is for the guys commenting on the bullies, trying to avoid the bullies. That's what comedy's for.
Could Brad Pitt be, if somebody wrote 10 minutes, could Brad Pitt be funny? Is he too good looking?
Well, I think he's funny. He's been funny in movies. There was a Coen Brothers movie. Of course, I can't remember the name of it, where he was very funny. I think he has comedic chops. But no, he couldn't do. You know how long it takes to be funny as a stand-up? 10 years minimum. So
you've heard Todd's been on stage 3 times. He's been at.
I got a long way to go.
Oh,
Caroline's.
Oh, you did Caroline's, yeah.
Comedy Store.
Yeah,
because of Dan's connections, he got me into the Comedy Store Monday night, which I had no business being up there. But to have done the Caroline's and Comedy Store for 2 of the 3 times I've ever been on stage was, that's not lost on me what a big deal that is with all the huge names that have ever been on those stages.
Oh, how about that? All right, and it's not something you want to pursue.
I'm dabbling in it right now. I love making I love making people laugh.
Take a few steps back. That's like saying Mitch Trubisky is dabbling in being a quarterback. You don't dabble in becoming a comedian. You go for it. And that doesn't mean you can't have this gig and go for it, but you really go for it or you don't. Done.
Should he quit this job if he really wants to? He should not.
No. This is a great gig.
Well, what advice would you, because I want him to script things. He doesn't write things down.
Yeah.
He doesn't tighten up his act.
I put a little outline together, but I feel like if I try to memorize it, it's not going to come out.
Here's the thing. You have 2 choices when you perform comedy. You can do what I do, which is I improvise. I walk on stage plenty of times having no idea what I'm going to say for the hour. And it works out fine because I've been doing it for 36 years and I've figured out how to do that. The other thing is, and this is the same with comedic acting, you have to know your lines so well and be over-prepared to the point where you can make it look like what's written is improvised. So those are your choices. You either write tightly, and I would recommend early on in your career writing tightly and being prepared, Yeah. So...
You've heard all of this stuff, Fritzy.
I know, and I appreciate it.
But you keep hearing it from people who do it, and then you don't.
No, because you got to get out of your comfort zone and try it different ways.
Here's the thing. I want to be clear about something.
Okay.
You have to go on stage 500 times before you're even mediocre. Okay, so where are you at 2?
3.
3. I did something in Minneapolis at some bar.
Why am I having this conversation? Why are we even having this conversation? This is somebody who's clearly not serious. Clearly.
I got to get my act together a little bit.
No, I got to get, do you see what he keeps on saying? I'm dabbling. I got to get my act together a little bit. Oh, who are you? I don't get it. I don't want to deal with you anymore.
Wow.
I used to have great respect for you.
It's like he's like a boxer. It's like once every 6 months he gets back into the ring.
And then gets the kicked out of him, right? They just get the crap kicked out of him.
Exactly what happened.
You don't do that.
So back to what I was saying about making out with Wendy.
Yes.
No, I'm just...
okay.
I was just kidding. I was just kind of
Oh, you didn't make out with her?
I did make out with her. Yeah, it was in the movie, but Chandler's...
She's a big bowl of lovely. I was in a car with her yesterday for 12 hours.
Shooting.
Oh,
okay.
I was going on a trip. Shooting the show.
Just want to make sure.
We were shooting we were stuck in a car with the Pina Colada song stuck on the CD player on loop. And it was and Dave Koechner's in the scene, and he actually runs out of the car and screams in the middle of the highway. It's funny.
12 hours. Okay, here's your question. If the Bears played the Rams,
who
do you got?
Bears.
Okay.
Oh, you mean who do I think will win?
No. Who you don't have there's no loyalty or allegiance to the Rams.
I dig the Rams. I dig all the LA teams, but I'm Chicago, Bears, everybody.
If you want to go to the Lakers,
yeah.
Do you call or does Larry David call? How's that work?
By the way, I would be very uncomfortable calling up like, hey, Larry, what do you want? Get me Laker tickets. What are you talking about?
Doesn't that sound like a scene?
Yeah. By the way, it could be a scene. That's actually a funny idea. I'm going to tell them we start work on Saturday for a while now. I'm filming both the Goldbergs and Curb right now at the same time.
Oh, boy.
Which can be weird when it's the same day. But, I start. So I'll tell that to Larry because that's really funny, actually. But and we did that episode where he used my season tickets and he tripped Shaquille O'Neal. No, I dig all the LA teams. I love what the Rams are doing. It's nice.
If you said watch one episode of Curb,
I know it. I got it. Wandering Bear. It's where Larry and I are watching Girls Gone Wild. My dog gets run over, but it's fine. Cheryl's vagina hurts and itches, and Wandering Bear, Larry's gardener, an Indian, tries helping her with her vagina. And you know why? It's all contained in one episode, and that's my favorite episode.
I still like when Larry kills the swan.
Oh, the swan, yeah.
And it's just unraveling. You can just see it piece by piece.
No, that was a fun episode to film. The crazy thing about that episode was there was the scene where we were having lunch with Bob Einstein, Richard Kind, and Larry. Larry's pretty normal. And I'm reasonably normal, but Bob Einstein and Richard Kind at the same table was just, and I was there for like 10 hours with these guys. That's the thing. Like when you see a dinner scene on a show, I've been sitting there 8 hours with those people.
He's Jeff Garlin, comedian, actor, producer, director, writer. The Goldbergs airs Wednesdays at 8 on ABC. And, of course, another season of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, very exciting.
Thank you for coming in.
Hey, it was an honor, and I'm thrilled, and I love listening to your show, and you gentlemen are fantastic, except as stand-up comedians.
And that's fine.
But really, Dan, I dig you, man.
Thank you, John.
Thanks.
I appreciate that.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.